AI slop is covering YouTube right now. It's estimated around 1 out of every 10 YouTube channels, or 15 million YouTube channels, are AI slop. And it can lead you to have this idea that, okay, AI altogether is bad on YouTube. But I want to mention 10 ways that you can use AI that's not a bad thing and can help your channel. Let's jump into it. Starting with a very obvious one. Research. While AI is not the best for doing all your research, you can ask Claude or ChatGPT, say, name off the top 10 YouTube channels in my niche or something like that. And for the most part, it names off the top 10 YouTubers or who are some YouTubers that are blown up in my niche. I mean, you can ask AI this stuff and they're going to scour in and find that. Not all the time is that the case. So that's where you have to double check. Then take each of those names and look them up. Say, okay, is this actually someone who's blown up? I mean, using AI in that way is a good thing. Using AI to research the topic you're going to talk about can be a good thing too. Again, you have to be extra careful. Check the sources. AI makes up stuff, but you can use it there. You just have to be careful. That's not AI slop to do research with AI. The next one is having AI write up bullet point scripts. Not your script. You can't do that. You should be writing your own script. You should be doing all that yourself. Example would be creating a YouTube video where I break down the top most asked questions of beginners when it comes to DaVinci Resolve, because I'm making a video on that. A nice deep dive for you guys. Some tips I've found and all. And I've been using mainly just my own tips, but I will look that up. Like, okay, let's see if AI can scour it so it makes it faster. Okay, these are commonly asked questions. Okay, write this down. These are some stuff I need to put on my list. That bullet point scripts like that can be used. Again, another case where you should probably do your own research too, but you can use that there where you can have it so you can write a bullet points. What are 10 topics you can talk about on your YouTube channel? What are those type of questions? You can ask AI, what are 10 topics that are like big in my niche right now? Those are questions you can ask. Okay, then take that and like, okay, so what are 10 points in that one topic? Boom. Like, you can't. Don't ask it to write your script. It's going to write a terrible script. Just saying. It's going to write a terrible script for you. But you can ask it to write up bullet points for what you need, because it can do that. It can do that at least, right? So you can use it there, and that's safe. That's not AI slop. That's just using AI to research and using AI to write those bullet points down for you. The next one is one that I use all the time as someone who doesn't get to write down just straight up scripts that I follow to the T, if you can't tell. I sometimes use AI to say, I put my YouTube video into an AI transcript reader, and it just like, okay, give me a transcript of this with the time codes. And then boom, now I have the whole transcript. I have to go through and edit it and actually make it so it's saying what I'm actually saying, because sometimes it's not the best at picking up my accents and stuff like that. But you can use that there to then give a transcript to the video you already made, and now you have those. You can copy that, and that's where our next one comes in. And I use this a lot of the time because with limited time, it makes it easy. I'll definitely make a video talking about this by itself, but you can use that to then put in a AI chat bot and just say, write SEO chapter titles for a video using this transcript. And it, boom, SEO, like, you know, it gives chapter titles that are SEO approved by the YouTube algorithm. These are ones that can work. And you can put that in there. And now, instead of having to scroll for your video and be like, okay, maybe I'll put a chapter here and a chapter there, it makes the chapters for you. The thing I want to quickly mention there, and I'll talk about in a different video, just this topic, but I strongly recommend that you go through, after you make those chapter titles, and double check, because AI never gets that right. AI never, they're always off on the timing a little bit, and so you have to go through and you have to watch the video and say, okay, skip to the next one. I'm like, okay, so you're a couple seconds off here, you're a couple seconds off there. And honestly, there are a couple videos I still need to go back and re-go through those and be like, okay, let's make sure this is actually on point with what it's actually saying, because sometimes it's like 10 seconds off or something like that, so you have to change it around so it's right on point. So you do have to watch out for that. Again, there's a different, I'll talk more into a different video about that one topic, but that's another case where you can use that. You can also use it, write a transcript, download that transcript, and then you can use that, throw it in your editing program for writing captions for like the shorts and all. That's what I do. I upload the audio of my short, or I upload the short itself, and then ask for that transcript. And then when I get that transcript, I download it as an SRT, and then you can put that in something like CapCut. Then you have captions without having to pay the AI in CapCut to do that for you. You can just do that. Boom, boom, free. You're done. That's the key. You can do that, and that can save you hours of having to go through and type up each and every word. Boom, good, done, perfect. That's another way where that's not slop. That's just using AI to help you get something done faster. Again, you also have to edit that one too because it doesn't always pick up on the right words. It can be helpful with a short if you want captions on it. For the most part, you always want captions on your shorts. You can do that. Again, that's a video. I'll talk about it and I'll go over more in that video how I do that. On the same note, you also have using AI to make shorts. This next section of what I'm going to be talking about, it's another topic that I'm going to be talking in a different video on vidIQ tools that I use, and I'll do a whole guide on how you guys can use those too. Stuff like vidIQ, short generator, or there's other programs, you have CapCut that can actually make shorts like that. You have all these different programs that you can use to have AI cut through your long form video and make it into shorts, viral shorts. That can be helpful. That's another way where that's not slop. That's just a pieces of it's just saving you hours of having to go through your long form video and say, okay, I want to make a short out of this one, a short out of this one. It goes through. It's not always perfect, but it can go through and it can give some, okay, these are what we feel like could be good viral moments. And you've seen a lot, you've seen some of those on this channel where I posted some clips from long form videos as shorts to help engage more view towards my long form videos. That's another case where that would work. You can use that to help boost some engagement, make some shorts quickly, and they can actually be good sometimes. They're not always perfect, but that's a way where it's not slop. It's just using your own content, and it's artificial intelligence is just watching your video through and coming up with clips from that. On the same topic of the vidIQ tools, you also have the title, the description, and the tags. Part of the vidIQ tools, I really strongly recommend vidIQ. You can get it completely for free. I will leave a link down below where you can install the internet extender for vidIQ, and it's really helpful. It's really, really helpful to have that. I'll again go over in a different video more about that. But part of that is that it gives you AI watches your video, and then it says, okay, based off the video we just saw, here are some ideas for what you can name your titles, and it gives a little thing right next to it saying the percentage of. This is a 80%. This is like a 90%. Like you have that. Like, okay, so this one is a video based off the YouTube algorithm. This should work. And then also doing that, it also can come up with description. The descriptions are not always good. So a lot of times, if you click on one, if you actually go through and click on add that description, I recommend going through and editing it so it actually sounds good. And then after that, you have the tags where it then says, okay, based off these keywords, here are some more tags to add in. And you just click through and just add this tag, and it can save you so much time not having to think over, okay, what tag next? It's like, okay, so if you're making a video about the Iliad or something, it's like, okay, you write in as a tag the Iliad. It's like, oh, so Achilles, Greek myths. Like it gives you all those suggestions, so you don't have to handwrite those out all yourself. You can just click add, and say, okay, I don't want that one, I want this one. It can save you a lot of time. So those are another ways where it's not destroying your content. It's using the algorithm to be like, okay, so these are some other suggested tags. These are some other keywords you can add in. This is a title that works. Again, not always is that the best. Sometimes making your own title, writing your own description is better because the AI is not that great, but it can be helpful sometimes to use. So I recommend at least trying out and seeing if it can help you, because it can save you hours of coming up with the right description and the title and tags. And the next one would be the thumbnail itself. AI can also make you thumbnails. Not all the times are they great. For the one you get that's okay, you get 10 that's not practically. It's like it needs so much improvement. And the problem you have to run in with that is you also, okay, look over what your niche wants. Because not all the times is the thumbnail with the suggestion going to fit in your niche, because it's going based off of these are the most popular videos. So it's going to give you a lot of Mr. Beast looking thumbnails, and you don't want that, because we all know Mr. Beast is the worst. I decided, right? So yeah, we want to step away from that if you can, but yeah, it gives you a lot of those thumbnails that look bad, and so you have to move past those big, okay, let's find a thumbnail that can actually work. But what you can do is, like, if you generate a thumbnail with them, then you can put underneath, you can click the edit button and then type in change it in this way, and it can edit it to make it more what you want. For the most part, I a lot of times find myself just having to go through and just Photoshop, use Canva and stuff like that to make my thumbnails, because they don't turn out okay. Or I make one of those thumbnails and then I download it and I had to edit it by hand because it doesn't look good, because it's it adds in words that makes no sense. It's an AI generated thumbnail, so it's not going to look the greatest. So you can use it sometimes, not all the time, but again, that's a case where if it looks good and it is using the algorithm to figure out what the best thumbnails are going to be, so it can save you hours of trying to find a good thumbnail, and it can make you a thumbnail that actually works with what the algorithm is looking for. So that can be helpful. And the next one is using AI to fix audio. You don't want to fall into where you have to do this, but I've had to do it a couple of times where the audio turned out to be awful and unrecognizable, and I was able to put it through an AI who was able to say, okay, so this is what Peter's voice sounds like versus what the echoes and what the sounds that are not supposed to be there sound like. Let's remove those and just carry it just to his audio. And it turned out better. So really, you want the phone to never having to do that, having your audio perfect before you even have to start editing it. If you find you have recorded hours of video and you can't use them because of the audio, using one of those AI tools to fix the audio can be helpful. And I can make a video talking about that too, if you want me to talk about how to fix audio like that. But that is another case. On the same topic, you also just have using AI with editing itself. I already talked about the rip, silence, delete. That's definitely a part of my video on DaVinci Resolve. But using programs like that where it can delete all the extra silence and stuff like that, that really doesn't remove the but you can use an AI to help with removing all those I find that a lot of times I don't use as much now in my videos. I've gotten better at not using that, but like it can remove all those filler words. You can type in, take out these words. That's not rip, silence, delete. That's a different thing they can do that, but that's more like what I mainly was that with the rip, silence, delete, that's more of like, that's AI light, while like AI, you can use that to remove those and stuff like that. So that's another way. It can save you hours of editing by doing that. You can also use AI to fix somewhat the lighting issues, making the color to pop more in different places. You can use AI to delete the background, while you should try to use, autofocus when you're recording, if you're using the camera. If you don't, using that to help blur the background more, so you can come up with, AI can be used that. You can also hand do that, but it uses hours just by AI doing it for you. That's another place where that AI can be useful in that is, fixing the autofocus. If you record the video and it doesn't have autofocus. Of course, I can go over other tools like that in my video on DaVinci Resolve, but yeah, those are some tools you can use for editing that can be very helpful. So, because as I've talked about in my video on editing, one of the hardest part of YouTube is the editing. You spend hours and hours with editing, and you can save time by doing that, if possible. Not all the times is that the case, because it's AI and it doesn't know how humans think, and so it deletes things that should not be deleted. It, keeps in things that should not be kept in. I mean, you can't really, using a human editing is way better, but using that to cut out the silences and stuff like that can be helpful. And the last one, kind of in the same category with the thumbnails, of sometimes using AI voices can be a good thing only in a certain case, and that is when it's very clear that this is supposed to be AI. As in the case of, those videos with the people making fun of AI and being like talking to an AI chatbot from their phone. You don't need a voice over those AI. You can leave that as AI because it's very clearly supposed to be AI. Or if you're trying to make a on-purpose comedy, you can use AI in that, where it's just like, yeah, it's sometimes funnier just to have it so the person does the voiceover with just like joke videos where someone like starts to cussing up a storm and it's just like you can't hear what they're actually saying. It's just its voiceover. You can use a human to do that. You can also use AI and it still gives off the same comedic reaction. It's like, so those are cases where you can use it for voiceover, but that's really it. It's just when it's very clear this is not trying to pretend to be a human. This is trying to be an AI. It's the whole joke is that it's AI. AI is stupid, so that's why you hear this AI voice. AI is voicing over someone else's cussing. That's, another case where it's funny. Again, you could use a human there, but you could use AI. AI is, voicing over a mistake you made, and it's very clear I made this mistake, and instead of recording it, an AI is fixing my problem for me, like different stuff like that, where it's like very clear it's supposed to be like AI, or like, something you don't want to actually happen in your real voice. You use AI to say it for, only in comedic joking matters do I feel like AI voices should be used in your videos. So those, I think, are the 10 things you can use AI for. Again, some of those actually fell into like a more like multiple things in one category, like with just editing tools. That's, really, I put that in one category, but it's kind of a bunch of different things, but those are a few things I feel like AI can be used for. So if you're using those, that's okay. That's actually somewhat a good thing to be helping you out, because AI at its heart for small YouTubers can be very helpful. It's not taken away from other people's jobs. If you have the money to hire a thumbnail designer, do that. Do not use AI. If you have the money, if you have the ability to hire an editor, hire an editor. Do not use AI to edit. You should never use AI to fully edit your videos, but if you have the ability to get a voiceover person, yeah, for the most part, get it somewhere. If you're not going to be using your own voice, use a human voice. Do not use an AI. But some of these things are like, okay, yeah, if you only have a couple hours in the whole week to get to YouTube at all, using the AI tools can help you get more accomplished faster. So that is okay. So anyways, tell me your thoughts if you agree with me on these. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. This has been YouTube Tips with Pete. Till next time, Peter Wary, signing off.